Hello everybody, this is Lisa Brown, Brown Eagles Crafting. A couple of years ago I made a cute little turkey out of some scrap wood that I had left over for making some pumpkins for my subscription kits. I have a lot of upholstery fabric because Michelle's sister-in-law does upholstery work, and she gave me a whole bunch of samples. We're going to take all these pieces that I had for the pumpkin. These were the middle pieces of the pumpkins, and I thought I would just use these as my feathers around my pumpkin here. Once we get all these done, I've kind of ironed them on, and I'm kind of going through this pretty quick. I did use some Mod Podge underneath it and dried it and ironed my fabric on. And then I just cut around my edges. I went through several different colors. It's kind of like the coat of many colors. We have feathers of many colors. I think this was one of my favorite projects I did a couple of years ago. You can see I've got all kinds of fabric there, and we're just going to go all the way around and glue all of these on. And I had put Mod Podge on these before I even started, and that way it was good and dry and I could get these on. Michelle was handing me the different colors of fabric that she wanted on this. I let her pick out the colors we had there. We kind of coordinated them a little bit, but not really, but kind of got more blues and greens in there. Once I got all these ironed on, this was kind of a turquoise piece of kind of like a Damascus type of fabric. It turned out real pretty. And now we have kind of a velveteen type, and that looks more like feathers right there. And we're going to put that on one. Now I'm taking a screw, and I'm going just one screw in each one of them because I'll probably need to twist them a little bit. And that way I can kind of maneuver them around the way I want them. We cut all those down, and now I'm heating up the edges of my little pieces there because I did have to pull it up so I can get the screws in. Now this is another part of the pumpkin, and I put a baseboard underneath the bottom of it so that I could set it up, and I went straight through the middle because we're not going to see it. And this is another piece that we had for the pumpkin. You can tell it was kind of a pumpkin set. And I painted it brown. And now I'm just taking some of those noses that you can use like for primitive crafts. These are the kind of a cut off of a piece of wood, and they're kind of slanted. I've taken these and I'm gluing them all the way down all over that piece to kind of give it some little feathers. And now I'm going back over and just filling up and overlapping those pieces with my different pieces of wood there. They kind of look like biscuits, but they were more of a piece of wood that they've cut off at a slant. And you can pick up those bags at Hobby Lobby. Now I'm taking some lace that I got. I can't even tell you where I got this lace, but it was kind of gathered. It was really ugly, but I decided to go ahead and use it for this little turkey because it kind of gave him some feathers type look back behind all of that wood. And it kind of blended in with all of our fabric there because it's pretty neutral. Now I'm taking some, those wood slices that I put some fabric on and some paper on. And you can see they're all different colors there, and we're just going all the way up them. And now I'm gluing all those on. And now I'm coming back and just gluing what little bit I have on there. I think this turned out to be really cute. I did like it. I need to go get it out of a box and have it out for this year because I know the kids would love it this year. Now I'm putting some more reds and oranges up at the top and some tans. And just filling in where I've got extra pieces and where I need to kind of fill everything out. Once I get all those pieces glued on, and make sure you have them all glued in, this thing just kind of took a life of its own. Now this was part of my stem for my pumpkins, and I cut it in half and made a wattle for my turkey here. And I have a little orange triangle that we're going to use for a nose, and I have some googly eyes that I'm going to put inside of a button. to give them a little bit of depth. Now we're going to go ahead and put our nose down. We're going to go ahead and put the wattle down and see how it's going to fit. The wattle kind of hangs off to the side of the nose. And that's how we're going to have it. I did have a little bit of red at the top for his cone. Hope you guys all enjoyed this. I had so much fun making it. And sometimes you just got to get your imagination going and see what you can come up with. Have a great evening, everybody, and I'll see you later.